Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zara and today I'm going to be doing the 25 questions tag. I was tagged by Ariel from A Cup of Books. She is a very good friend of mine and you should definitely go and check out her channel. I will link down her video below. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So what's your channel about? My channel is about books. Occasionally I talk about video games. That's pretty much it. How old are you? Guess. Seriously, I'm curious as to how old you guys think I am. My birthday is coming up soon. My birthday is on November the 16th. I don't know when I'm going to be releasing this video, but either it will be just before my birthday or probably just after my birthday. But seriously, guess. I won't get insulted. What's your relationship status? I am married to myself. Did you go to college? What is your occupation? Yes, I read computational philosophy at university and now I run a tech startup. Where are you from? Where do you live? I was born and raised in Oxford in the United Kingdom, and I now live in London in the United Kingdom. Gold star for anyone who can guess where I'm from ethnically. Apparently I'm very ethnically ambiguous, and I've had some pretty interesting guesses in the past. So again, I'm not gonna get insulted, just go ahead and guess. Looking back, what would you tell your 10-year-old self? Don't listen to all of the noise. Just quieten the noise, quieten the expectations of everybody else. Just do you. That's what I would say. Tell us about your family. My family are amazing. I have 2 older brothers and my mother, and we are a very tight-knit family, and that's all you need to know. I'm quite a private person, so I'm not necessarily going to go into tons of detail, but you get a flavor. What's your favorite holiday? I guess Christmas, even though I don't really celebrate it. I think it's more what it represents. It's a time where, you know, my brothers and we all take time off. We come together, we cook a nice dinner, and it's a time where we can all really unwind because pretty much the whole world is like shut down during Christmas, or at least the Western part of the hemisphere is generally shut down. So it's nice to just kind of unwind, take it easy, and spend some time with your loved ones. You have no budget. What's your dream vacation? Honestly, somewhere quiet, somewhere a little bit warm, but not too crazy because I don't like the temperature when it's too hot. And then somewhere isolated where there aren't too many people. If I were to list all the holidays that I've been on, where I've actually been on holiday, it would be, you would see a common theme, which is I generally like to go to isolated places and not see anybody. So definitely somewhere isolated. Name your biggest pet peeves. I really hate tardiness. I hate it when people are late. It really winds me up. I find it extremely frustrating because it's just rude. It's really rude to be late to something and not give someone a heads up. If you're late and you tell someone I'm going to be 10 minutes late, I got caught in traffic, fine. But if you're late and you don't say anything, it really annoys me. It's definitely my biggest pet peeve. I have other ones, but that's got to be one of the top ones. What book changed your life? Ooh, that's a very good question. I'm actually going to pick a non-fiction book. I'm going to pick The Great Mental Models by Shane Parrish. I've been reading that over the past year, and it's really changed the way that I think about problems and how I approach problem solving in all aspects of my life. I mainly started thinking about using mental models for work, but it's actually amazing how useful they are for when you're trying to make daily decisions about certain things. It's fantastic. I really recommend it, and Shane Parrish is really cool. What simple invention improved the world? Toothpaste. Definitely toothpaste. I can't even imagine what the world was like without toothpaste before. Favorite movies or TV shows? So movies, I listed a couple from a couple of different genres. I like pretty much all genres of film and TV generally. A couple of my favorites are The Last Samurai. I absolutely love that film. I think it's such a beautiful film. I think the message is really beautiful as well. And that it's set in kind of a period that, I mean, I had absolutely no recognition of or even interest in until I watched that movie. And then I got really interested in certain aspects of Japanese history. So definitely The Last Samurai. And then I love like Pixar movies like Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo. They're all like my favorites, right? And I feel like when you get older, you can appreciate them more because the humor is generally targeted at adults. The animation is there for the kids, but the jokes and the deeper meanings, I think, are really more targeted at an older audience, and I love them for that. Kingdom of Heaven is another one that I really love, with Orlando Bloom. It's about one of the Crusades. I can't remember which crusade it was. It might have been the Third Crusade. I can't actually remember. But I haven't actually watched it in a couple of years, but I have seen it a lot, and it's such a good movie. It's apparently quite historically accurate as well, and it's one that's stuck in my mind. It's really beautifully shot as well. And then I like other films like Ocean's 11, 12, and 13. I watched those, rewatched those recently. I love those films. They're just so slick. So slick. And I'm here for like Rusty eating all the time in every single scene that he's in, and it's just so funny. And then the other one I will shout out is Parent Trap. I love The Parent Trap, the one with Lindsay Lohan. That film, I can watch that film every day. It's one of those films that I could genuinely watch it every day. I love it so much. And then TV, I generally like darker stuff when it comes to TV. So I really like Breaking Bad, Boardwalk Empire, House is awesome. The first 2 seasons of House of Cards were incredible, and then it went downhill, and then obviously Kevin Spacey, you know, that whole thing happened. But the actual writing of House of Cards is incredible. My 2 favorite shows over the last couple of years have been Billions and Succession. I really like slick shows about like business, and Billions is set in the world of finance, and Succession is set in the world of journalism. I love both of those shows. They're 2 of my favorites. And then another blast from the past is Lost. Season 1, 2, and 3 were amazing, and then it kind of went downhill. And then Handmaid's Tale is a current favorite as well. So as you can see, there's a pretty common theme. I generally like either shows about like business, but it has to be like really slick, and then quite dark, you know, whatever. So describe yourself using 3 fictional characters. First one I picked was Basso from The Folding Knife by KJ Parker. The second one I picked was Tia Amundsen in The Winter Road by Adrian Selby. And then third one I struggled with a little bit, but for now I'm going to put D'Artagnan from The Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas. I'm not going to go into why, but if you've watched any of my videos, you can probably figure it out. What was your dream job? To be honest with you, I never really had like a dream job. What I do right now, I love, and I wouldn't change it for the world, even though it can get pretty stressful and intense sometimes. But I love what I do. I think there was a period of time when I wanted to be a doctor because someone in my family was very sick when I was young, and I just wanted to help him. So doctor was definitely up there, and I definitely think there is a world where I could have become a doctor, but I ended up taking the route that I've taken. So there you go. If magic was real, what spell would you learn first? I don't know, maybe like the ability to consume all knowledge. I love learning. So if you could already know it all or learn it very quickly, that would be amazing. Share a favorite childhood memory. I'm not going to say anything specifics. Like I said, I'm quite a private person when it comes to certain aspects of my life, but I have very fond memories of reading with my mum. I definitely got my love of reading from my mum. She, you know, was a librarian when she was younger, and she still to this day reads a lot of books, and it's something that we still bond over. And then the other thing that I have lots of fond memories of is just playing video games and sports with my brothers. I'm very close with my brothers, and those are some of the kind of most common things that I remember when I was growing up. What's your favorite social media platform and why? I actually really hate social media, which is quite funny. I have a couple of different social medias, but I don't really use them that much. I guess YouTube is the one that I most actively engage in, because obviously I post videos, and I think the community on here, or the booktube community on here, is really fantastic. So I guess YouTube. If you could pick any book character, who would you spend the day with? Baez from the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. I think he's such a fascinating character, and I'd love to just speak to him for hours. I think it would be a blast. I think I would be terrified, but I think I'd learn a lot, and I think it would be a fun time. What's your spirit animal? Probably an owl or an eagle. I often get told this, like whenever you do those like quizzes where it's like, what animal are you? I always get like an owl or an eagle. And I feel like a lot of people say that if I were an animal, I would be an owl or an eagle, which is interesting. So an owl or an eagle. What old person thing do you do? I complain about the youth. Which is funny because I'm not like old by any means. But I definitely, whenever I see like annoying kids on the street, I'm just like, guys, just get out of my way. Do you have a hidden talent? Not like a trivial one, I don't think, but I'm really good at reading a room. I can generally walk into a room and take the temperature of that room and pinpoint the main like things that are going on. Something that I learned to do from a very young age, and it's come in very handy. That was really terrible. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? World domination, that's where. Share an item and tell us its significance. Ooh, here's a plant. I really like plants. It's a running joke with some of my friends from like Discord that I always talk about plants. Plants give us life, guys. They sustain us. They give us oxygen. They take in the CO2. It's amazing. So the significance of the plant is that it literally sustains life. So there you go. Tag some people. So I am going to tag Evie from She Was Only Evie. I'm going to tag Joe from Average Joe's Library. And I'm going to tag Joanna. All 3 of these people are fantastic. You should go and check out their channels, which I will link down below. And guys, if you've already done this before, ignore me. I apologize for retagging you. But if you haven't and you want to do it, let's have fun with it. There we go. So that was actually a really fun tag. Not super book oriented, which I guess is always nice. But let me know if any of that surprised you. I always kind of find it curious what assumptions people make about you. I want to do an assumptions video, but maybe we'll do that when when I hit like 1K or something. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there, folks. I hope you have a lovely day. Stay safe. Take care. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.